My brothers and sisters, every day we protect our homes from thieves, from strangers, from danger. We lock our doors, install alarms, and keep our valuables safe. But have we ever thought about protecting our homes from the most dangerous intruder, Shaitan? He doesn't knock. He doesn't need a key. He slips into hearts, minds, and homes through anger, negligence, and forgetfulness of Allah. Many homes today are filled with chaos, arguments between spouses, disrespect from children, tension and sadness. And often, the unseen reason behind it is the whispering of Shaitan. He doesn't destroy homes by storms or fire. He destroys them silently by making people forget Allah. My brothers and sisters, every day we protect our homes from thieves, from strangers, from danger. We lock our doors, install alarms, and make sure our families are safe from anything that could harm them. We spend money on security, build high walls, and double-check every lock before sleeping. But have we ever thought about protecting our homes from the most dangerous intruder, Shaitan, the enemy who has vowed to mislead humanity until the end of time? He doesn't knock. He doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't need a key. He slips into hearts, minds, and homes quietly, unseen, and begins his destruction not through violence, but through whispers. He doesn't steal your money or your belongings. He steals your peace, your love, your unity, your connection with Allah. Think about it for a moment. How many times have we felt sudden tension in our homes for no real reason? A small disagreement turns into a fight. A kind word turns into anger. A peaceful heart becomes restless. Children start disobeying their parents. Spouses stop respecting each other. The home that once felt warm and full of love suddenly feels cold and distant. You see, Shaitan doesn't destroy your home by fire or storm. He destroys it silently by making the people in it forget Allah. He plants small seeds of anger, pride, jealousy, and arrogance, and then steps back to watch the family tear itself apart. This is how the devil works, not through force, but through forgetfulness. When a home forgets the remembrance of Allah, it becomes a playground for Shaitan. He whispers in the ear of the husband, making him harsh. He whispers to the wife, making her impatient. He whispers to the children, making them disrespectful. He feeds on chaos, and his joy grows when we argue, shout, and hurt each other. My brothers and sisters, this is not just a coincidence. It is the reality that the Prophet I warned us about. When we neglect the remembrance of Allah, when we stop saying Bismillah as we enter our homes, when we eat without gratitude, when we fill our homes with distractions and sins, we are not protecting ourselves. We are inviting Shaitan in. He doesn't come through the window or the door. He comes through neglect, through heedlessness, through forgetfulness of our Creator. That's why the Prophet A said, when a person enters his home and mentions the name of Allah upon entering and upon eating, Shaitan says, there is no lodging for you here and no dinner. But when he enters without mentioning Allah, Shaitan says, you have lodging. And when he eats without mentioning Allah, Shaitan says you have dinner. So imagine how many times Shaitan has found a place to stay in our homes just because we forgot to say Bismillah. Imagine how many times our anger or sadness was fueled by his whispers. And yet, the solution is so simple. To remember Allah, to fill our homes with His name, to make our living spaces places of light and peace instead of darkness and noise. My brothers and sisters, our home should be our safest place, not just physically, but spiritually. It should be a place where we feel the mercy of Allah, where we find comfort after hardship, where the Quran is recited, where the hearts are calm. But how many homes today have lost that peace? The television runs all day with content that displeases Allah. Music with sinful messages echoes through the rooms. Arguments replace prayer. Social media replaces conversation. And then we wonder why our hearts are heavy, why our children are restless, why our minds are never at ease. The truth is, we've allowed Shaitan to enter, not through the door, but through the environment we create. If you want to keep Shaitan away, start by bringing Allah back into your home. Say Bismillah when you open the door. Recite Surah Al-Baqarah. The Prophet said Shaitan flees from a house where it is recited. Keep the Quran alive in your house. Even if you play a few verses a day, even if you read a single page, it changes the spiritual atmosphere. Shaitan cannot survive in a place where the words of Allah are recited. When the Quran is heard, angels gather, mercy descends, and the devils flee. The home is the foundation of a believer's peace. It's where love begins, where faith grows, and where generations are nurtured. But that can only happen when the home is filled with the remembrance of Allah. Teach your children to say Bismillah before eating, Alhamdulillah after finishing, and Assalamu alaikum when entering. These are not small words, they are shields. They are divine locks that protect your home better than any alarm system ever could. Sometimes we think our problems are worldly. Money, stress, disagreements. But many of these problems begin in the unseen world. When you notice constant anger, constant anxiety, constant fights for no reason, it's time to reflect spiritually. Maybe your home needs cleansing, not with perfume or incense, but with the Dhikr and Quran. When you purify your home from haram influences and fill it with remembrance, the energy changes completely. Peace returns, smiles return, barakah flows once again. The Prophet A said, do not turn your homes into graves, meaning don't make them places of silence where Allah is never remembered. Pray inside your home. Make dua together. Even a single rakah prayed in your house brings light that the eyes cannot see but the heart can feel. When your family prays together, angels descend, mercy spreads across the walls. Shaitan cannot stand the sound of Allah being glorified. So my brothers and sisters, today make a decision. Protect your home not just from thieves but from Shaitan, the one who wants to rob you of happiness, peace and unity. Fill your rooms with Bismillah. Let the Quran echo in your walls. Let Salah be your family's rhythm. Turn arguments into supplications. Turn noise into remembrance. Make your home a place where the angels feel welcome and the devils cannot stay. When you do this, you will feel a change, a peace that no money can buy, a calm that no words can explain. Because when Allah is remembered, Shaitan is forgotten. And when the light of faith fills your home, darkness has no place to hide. That's when you'll truly understand that with the remembrance of Allah, Shaitans will never enter your home again. My brothers and sisters, we live in a world where so many people are afraid of the wrong enemies. We fear losing wealth, status, comfort, or even the opinions of others. But we forget that there is one enemy who never sleeps, never gives up, and never stops plotting against us. That enemy is Shaitan. His mission since the beginning of creation has been clear: to make us forget Allah, to separate families, to fill hearts with pride, anger, and arrogance, to destroy the peace of our homes from within. He doesn't appear with horns and fire. He appears in whispers, in small temptations, in careless moments when our hearts are distracted. And yet, Allah has given us powerful ways to defeat him completely, to lock him out of our lives and homes forever, if only we remember to use them. Every home has its atmosphere. Some homes, when you enter, you feel peace immediately, calmness, light love, and the remembrance of Allah. In others, you feel tension, heaviness, discomfort, even if nothing seems wrong on the surface. That difference often lies not in wealth or design, but in remembrance. A home filled with the remembrance of Allah becomes a fortress that no devil can enter. A home that forgets Allah becomes a playground for Shaitan. This is why the Prophet emphasized the power of mentioning Allah's name, even in the smallest actions. When you enter your home and say Bismillah, you are not just saying words, you are declaring that this home belongs to Allah, not to Shaitan. You are placing divine protection over every wall, every door, every heart inside. The Prophet said that when a person enters his home and says Bismillah, Shaitan says, there is no lodging for you here. And when he says Bismillah before eating, Shaitan says, there is no food for you here. So with those few words, you block him out completely. But when you forget, Shaitan finds an opening and he enters gladly, waiting for a moment of anger, a careless argument, or a scene of disobedience to expand his influence. Many times we underestimate the spiritual effect of our daily habits. When the Quran is neglected, the home darkens. When Salah is missed, the peace of the home fades. When haram images, music, and words become common, the light of faith weakens. And when we fill our homes with distractions and forget to mention Allah, Shaitan doesn't just enter. He begins to live there comfortably. That is why our beloved Prophet said, "Do not turn your homes into graves." Indeed, Shaitan flees from a house in which Surah Al-Baqarah is recited. These words are not symbolic, they are a spiritual truth. The recitation of Surah Al-Baqarah brings angels into your home, and their presence drives away the devils. Even playing the surah regularly has an impact on the spiritual energy of your house. Think of your home as a garden. If you water it with Quran, Salah, and Dhikr, it will bloom with peace and mercy. But if you neglect it, it dries up and weeds. The whispers of Shaitan take over. A home where Salah is performed, where dua is made, where Allah is remembered, becomes a place of barakah, where the hearts are connected and problems seem lighter. You can feel that peace even in the smallest of acts. A smile, a kind word, a shared meal that begins with Bismillah. These are not small gestures, they are acts of protection. When you and your family pray together, something powerful happens. You are not just performing a ritual, you are bringing divine light into your home. Each prostration drives away arrogance. Each Subhanallah echoes through the walls, cleansing them from darkness. Angels gather where Allah is worshipped and Shaitan flees because he cannot stand the sound of faith. The more consistent you are with Salah and remembrance, the stronger your home's spiritual walls become. Shaitan might try to whisper, but his influence will be weak. Sometimes we wonder why we argue so much, why love fades, or why our children become distant. We blame stress, finances, or time. But often the real reason lies deeper. When Shaitan enters, he divides hearts. He makes small problems look big. He turns minor disagreements into endless fights. He makes you focus on each other's faults instead of blessings. But when Allah is remembered, hearts soften, anger fades, and mercy returns. The Prophet said, "When anger overtakes you, seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan, because that sudden rage is one of his strongest weapons." The moment you say, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim," his power weakens. My brothers and sisters, Shaitan doesn't only fear the Quran and prayer, he fears unity. He hates a husband and wife who pray together. He hates a family that begins meals with Bismillah. He hates a home where forgiveness is practiced, where people overlook mistakes for the sake of peace. Because every act of mercy and love in a home is a victory against him. So if you want to keep him out, strengthen the bonds of mercy. Speak kindly, forgive quickly, and never let your home be filled with constant arguments or resentment. Another beautiful protection is the morning and evening Adhkar, the daily supplications taught by the Prophet When you recite them regularly, they become an invisible shield around you and your home. The Prophet said that whoever recites them, no harm or evil will touch him until the next day. Imagine your home surrounded by divine light every morning and evening. This is what remembrance does. It builds spiritual walls that no devil can break. Also remember, my brothers and sisters, that cleanliness, both physical and spiritual, matters deeply. Shaitan loves impurity. He is attracted to filth, chaos, and neglect. Keep your home clean, keep your words clean, keep your heart clean. When you remove the things that displease Allah, you are removing the hiding places of Shaitan. Replace gossip with Dhikr. Replace music with Quran. Replace complaining with gratitude. A grateful home is a protected home. The most powerful transformation happens when a family decides together to make their home a place of light. Begin small. Recite a few verses after Maghrib. Make dua together before sleeping. Say Bismillah before every meal. Over time, you will notice that peace grows, smiles return, and even difficulties feel lighter. Because when Allah's remembrance fills the house, the devils flee. They cannot breathe in such an environment. So, my beloved brothers and sisters, remember this truth. Protection begins not with walls or locks, but with hearts connected to Allah. Say Bismillah often. Recite the Quran daily. Keep your home pure. Pray together. Remember Allah morning and evening. These are your shields, your divine weapons against the unseen enemy who tries to destroy your peace. If you live by them, your home will become a sanctuary where angels dwell and mercy flows. And when you feel that peace, when you walk through your door and feel calm instead of chaos, light instead of heaviness, that is the sign that your home is protected, that the remembrance of Allah has defeated every whisper of evil. Because when Allah is remembered, Shaitan disappears. And when faith fills your home, Shaitan will never enter again.